Once you've got your grid drawn, it's time to start drawing in your pattern. Now the reason why I am scribbling out the outer edge here is to prevent myself from cutting all the way through it. I need these columns to stay intact, so that's why I'm crossing them out. You're then going to make patterns of X's. You are not necessarily going to be drawing the same pattern of X's that I am here. Experiment with this technique. Try different patterns. See what you like. You might come up with a pattern that looks a lot nicer than mine. The X's are going to get covered up with your weft pieces, and that will be shown in the next video. One way to cut this is to fold it in half and then use scissors to go up each section, but I really struggled with that and it made my lines crooked. So instead I suggest a cutting mat and a ruler and an X-Acto blade to help you cut your warp pieces. You need a very sharp tip, so you might find that you have to replace the blade, which is done by untwisting, grabbing it from the back and pulling it out. Stick a new one in that slot, push it down, and then hold it tight while you twist it again. You have to pay attention to how you're cutting this. You don't want to cut through the scribbled out columns. If you cut all the way through the scribbled out columns, you're just going to get slices of paper that fall apart. So you need to be careful that you don't cut through the scribbled columns. You don't want to cut your paper loom into slices, you just want to slice through the paper loom. You're going to continue slicing through your paper loom. Make sure that you press down hard enough that you go all the way through the paper. I'm using a heavy cardstock here, and when I picked it up I found out I hadn't quite sliced all the way through, which required me to kind of go back and fix it a little bit. These openings are going to be where you weave your weft pieces through.